Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, I'm going to give you an update on my Monstera Thai Constellation. If you have watched my video that was about 9 months ago, I repotted this huge Monstera, or rather, this actually grew over the years. So I'm going to give you an update at the end of the video how it is doing now and how it has been doing over the course of the last 9 months. Okay, so just a brief history of this Thai Constellation. I bought this at the end of 2020, in fact on the very last day, New Year's Eve, 31st December. Well, because this plant shop was having a sale, I think everything was going for 50% off, and there were, I think, about 3 pots of Thai Constellations, and this, in my opinion, was the nicest looking one. It wasn't a baby plant, it was relatively quite decent sized. Prices for Thai Constellations weren't that cheap at the point in time. So I was really glad there was a sale. I took it home and it grew really nicely. It produced a leaf every 2 or 3 months, so it was really happy. It was in this clay pot as well as potting medium, which I thought was a little bit too dense for an aeroid. So, but I didn't change that out. It was actually doing quite well. I think it was mainly cocoa pit with some perlite, and yeah, it was actually happy. But I took care not to overwater this, so I actually only water this every 10 to 14 days, and it seems to be just right for it. So it gets relatively bright indirect light in my first apartment and much brighter light in my second one. And now I've moved the third time, and this is my current apartment. So over the past 3 years, I always make it a point to take a photo on the 31st of December and post it on Instagram. So you can see the progression of the growth throughout the years, end of 2020, 2021, and 2022. So I moved to my current apartment in 2023, sometime in February. And a few months later, I've decided to repot this growing giant. But by then, okay, let's backtrack a little bit. In my second apartment, I noticed that it's starting to get some scale insects on some of the leaves, so they are starting to turn yellow. You know, scale is a little bit challenging for me to get rid of because how firm they actually adhere themselves to the surface of the leaves and the stems. Of course, I'll try to scrape them off, and some insecticidal soap as a preventive measure. Yeah, it wasn't crazy. I mean, it wasn't an infestation, but I know they are there. So at one point, I've lost quite a few of the leaves. When this Thai corn was at its prime, I think it had about 8 to 9 leaves, and it was doing really well. As I mentioned, it's always giving out a new leaf every 3 months or so. And each leaf gets bigger than the other one, and some have these secondary fenestrations as well. So back to 9 months ago, I decided to repot it because it kept toppling over. It was really top heavy. And the planter now is comparatively a bit small to the overall size of the plant. And in order, and once it gets dry, once the potting medium gets dry, the whole thing will just topple over, and that was really dangerous for the plant because I may break it anytime. So I decided to repot this. There is a video on this 9 months ago. I'll put the link in the description box. You can watch that if you want to. Yeah, so I changed out the potting medium as well. I gave it a much bigger pot, which is glazed, so it's not terracotta or clay, that will allow the potting medium to dry out faster. But I did change the potting medium as well because, as I mentioned, I thought the potting medium was a little bit too dense for a Monstera. I gave it very loose airy aeroid mix, and yeah, but I realized that the pot was a little bit too big for the root ball, and but I didn't think much of it. I thought with the loose potting medium it should be doing well, and I've decided to give it a pull. So my vision was to allow this Thai Constellation to climb up and make it a stunning display. Okay, so I've repotted this little fella. You know what? For the next few months, it didn't produce any new leaves. I think that it's still trying to acclimatize to its new conditions. But it did throw out a tiny baby leaf, which is fully variegated, sometime 2 months ago or 3 months ago, and it remained really tiny. Nothing happened, it didn't expand. But meanwhile, the tips of the leaves are starting to turn brown. Maybe due to my watering habits, I'm still watering it like every 10 to 14 days. So let's fast forward to current time and let's take a look how this Thai Constellation is doing. This is how it's looking like. Definitely not the best. This is definitely looking worse than say 2-3 weeks ago, when the leaves only had this browning edges but not the yellowing. So it's really going downhill very quickly. This is the newest leaf, the biggest one. Yeah, and look at the rest. This is horrific. Yes, this has turned yellow too. And these are the other 2 leaves. So currently it has only about 5 leaves since its decline. This peak, I think it had about 8 to 9 leaves, which are very big and healthy. Oh gosh, and this has fallen off. Right, look at this. So this looks like some dry rot at the patio. Oh no, it's actually kind of wet and mushy. There's liquid coming out. So I think there's something wrong with the roots. This has just fallen off, but the other leaf fell off yesterday, I think with the same issue. It's really bad. I wanted to do this rescue video 1 month ago, but I didn't get to that. So yeah, I think this is only going to be an update video. I want to remove it from the pot and check out the roots. I don't think I can salvage anything. So my initial plan was to cut off the leaves and try to propagate this, but I'm not sure at this point in time whether can I still do so. Oh, look. Oh, this is looking so gross. This is really disgusting. It's really mushy. So the whole stem is rotten off. Okay, no wonder the leaves are looking so bad. So what I'm going to do is to remove all the leaves now. Oh. I mean, it doesn't stink or anything, but it still looks really disgusting. And there was a new leaf that grew up, but I never had the chance to expand to any decent size. Yeah, and it's dead. This was fully variegated. Okay, goodbye. Oh, this whole stem is totally soggy. No point showing the roots. I don't think I can save this. So adios to this Thai Constellation. It's totally my fault. I left it way too long. And yeah, at this point I think you guys are going to scream at me for killing such a beautiful specimen. Okay, so I have a few theories. I actually repotted this to a much bigger pot about 9 months ago. And yeah, I changed the potting medium. Not to mention that I actually moved into a new apartment with new conditions. So I guess it was really stressed out with all the changes. In addition to the stress that it was facing with some scale insects that were infested on the leaves. Not all the leaves, just some of them. And I managed to treat that, but I guess it was already stressed. So all these factors came into play, and that's the result of this. And also, I didn't change my watering habit. Even though I give it a much looser potting medium. Look at this. This is really very loose and airy. And I only water this every 10 to 14 days, just like before. So I probably may have underwatered this. But this was a porcelain pot compared to previously, which was a terracotta pot. So I thought you know, that kind of balance off because it may retain some water. And the volume of the potting medium is pretty big, so I thought I don't really need to water this that often. But I guess I also worsened the situation by initially watering it directly here, so I didn't really let the water drain out because this pot is really heavy. I didn't want to move it to the bathroom every time I watered this. During the first few watering sessions, the water kind of stayed in this tray, and I guess that wasn't really beneficial to the roots. Also, there are many changes. So because like I mentioned, I moved to a new apartment, and the light here, even though it's pretty bright, but this Monstera actually sits a little bit further back, so the lighting level I think is not as bright as before. So I guess all this combination of factors and changes actually led to its demise. I'm really sad because my initial plan was to give it a pull and let it climb up and you know, become a very big and beautiful specimen. But now it's totally dead. I seriously doubt I can save this. Maybe I should just remove it from the pot and take a look. Just let me remove this moss pole. Look at the roots, they're really dry, so I think it's definitely suffering from dry rot. Okay, let me try to remove this from the pot. Oh man, there's totally no roots at all. And it's very wet. So yeah, I guess this is gone. Yep, I'm squeezing this throughout the whole stem. Yeah, look at the liquid coming out. Yuck. I can't even propagate the stem. So I guess it's goodbye. It has been a nice 3 years with me. It was doing really well until it isn't. This is really sad. There are still roots. Okay, I'm just going to throw this away. Yeah, but I can still recycle this potting medium. It's really good aeroid mix. So I have a really big pot of this. It's the end of this video and this very sad update. Yeah, I'm sure many of you guys will probably unsubscribe after this. Yeah, but I guess that's part and parcel of the plant hobby. You know, plants die. But I'm really very sad about this because this Thai Constellation has a special place in my heart because it's so big and beautiful. I've grown it from such a small one, and now it's just composed. Will I get another Thai Constellation? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe another Monstera. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you won't be turned off by this. I'm really sad too. If you have any similar experience, to put in the comments below, or let me know what I've done wrong. I think mainly what I've done wrong is I've reported it to something that's way too big. So yeah, if you like to watch videos of dead plants, do subscribe to my channel. No, just joking. So meanwhile, take care. I'll see you guys again in my next video. And remember to show your plants some love, which I should have shown to this poor thing here. Okay, I guess I'll see you guys again.